Thank you. Congressman Lewis, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today. You have no idea how much this means to me and bump bump. Thank you, John Lewis. Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Anytime. You're welcome. Rosa, thank you for waiting. How are you? I'm good, Bob. Are you ready? I'm ready. Congressman, before you go, there's a message here. It's from Jim Lawson. March 26th, 1958. I was attending First Baptist Church in downtown Nashville. You could literally stand on the steps, throw a baseball, and hit the steps of the Tennessee State Capitol. A young man will be joining us this evening if you're interested. He'll be conducting a workshop on nonviolence here at First Baptist. His name is Jim Lawson. The congregation, led by Kelly Miller Smith, were Black Baptists who'd left the white church because they had been forced to worship in the balcony. I was one of the first volunteers to attend. Yes, it wasn't a very large meeting. I was the only student to go from my little school. There were young people like Diane Nash from Fisk University. Others came from Mary Medical College and Tennessee State. At the time, Jim Lawson was a graduate student in the divinity school at Vanderbilt. He also represented an organization called the Fellowship of Reconciliation, better known as FOR, a pacifist group committed to the philosophy and discipline of nonviolence. FOR had also published a popular comic book called Martin Luther King and the Montgomery Story, which explained the basics of passive resistance and nonviolent actions as tools for desegregation. I wanted to start working with young people, with students, high school and college students. Jim talked about the Montgomery bus boycott, about war resistance, about nonviolence. He spoke of Gandhi, this little brown man from India, using the way of nonviolence to free an entire nation of people. And how we could apply nonviolence, just as Dr. King did in Montgomery, all across America, South and North, to eradicate some of the evils we all faced. The evil of racism, the evil of poverty, the evil of war. Jim Lawson conveyed the urgency of developing our philosophy, our discipline, our understanding. His words liberated me. I thought, this is it. This is the way out. I told my classmates. I told two of my closest friends, Bernard Lafayette and James Bevel. I told everyone that they should come to this workshop. Knock, knock. A few days later, we had another nonviolence workshop, this time with ministers and students from a number of different schools nearby. Bernard Lafayette was one of the first people to attend with me. We called each other names. You son of a bitch, over and over again. Lover. Mm. What are you doing sitting here? In time, everyone plays the roles of protesters, the instigators, and the resistance. There may be a black person playing the role of a white person, or vice versa. Why are you here with these? We tried to do everything we could to test ourselves, to break each other's spirits. We tried to dehumanize each other. Sometimes I couldn't help but smile, even laugh when someone played such an unnatural role. But sometimes it was one of your friends calling you names, knocking you down, spitting on you. You okay, Charles? I don't think I can do it. I just can't. Maybe I can bring signs or make them. Maybe I can drive people to the site. But I can't take it. I can't be nonviolent. I cannot. For some, it was too much. But we needed to see how each of us would react under stress. Lawson taught us how to protect ourselves, how to disarm our attackers by connecting with their humanity. Maintain eye contact, John. How to protect each other, how to survive. But the hardest part to learn, to truly understand deep in your heart, was to find love for your attacker. Do not let them shake your faith in nonviolence. Love them. We took a name, the Nashville Student Movement, because of our distrust of centralized power. We insisted on rotating leadership. We were all in this together. We were ready to act. Segregation at the downtown stores bothered us the most. We could shop there and pay the same prices as white customers, but we couldn't use the dressing rooms or sit at the lunch counter to eat. It was humiliating. So we decided the department store lunch counters would be our first target. November 28th, 1959. We started with the test sit-ins to test the local stores' policies, establishing that they would not serve an interracial or all-black group. Our plan was simple. Enter a store, ask to be served, and if or when we were refused, we would leave. I was nervous. We were all nervous. Cha-ching! We each purchased something, establishing us as legitimate paying customers, then sat down at the lunch counter for a bite to eat. Clip, clip, clip. I'm sorry, we can't serve you here. May we speak to the manager? Part of our discipline was that only one person spoke for the group in an action on the day we designated Diane. Clack, click, clack, clack. I'm the manager. Look, it's store policy not to serve colored people here. What about the white students? Can they be served? No, I'm sorry. They're with you, so we can't serve them either. Thank you. No harsh words, no violence. No one even paid much attention as we left. When news of the student-led campaign spread, words of encouragement and support flowed in from around the country. We decided to stage our second test sit-in the following Saturday, December 5th. Hold up. We don't serve colored people here. This time, I think they were expecting us. May I speak to the manager? I'm sorry, it's store policy not to serve Negroes. Thank you. And so again, we left without incident. In January, following the winter break from school, our weekly workshop numbers swelled. We were close to ready, though no specific date had been set for our first sit-in. As fate or the spirit of history would have it, someone else made the move for us. On Monday, February 1st, 1960, in Greensboro, North Carolina, 4 freshmen from North Carolina A&T took seats at the downtown Woolworth lunch counter. One of them had read the FOR comic about Dr. King and Montgomery, which got them thinking about nonviolent action. I'm sorry, but it's against school policy to serve colored people. The next day, 19 students, black and white, had joined the original 4 at Woolworth. By Wednesday, the number swelled to 85, and similar sit-ins had formed in Raleigh and Durham. A young North Carolina minister, Douglas Moore, was a friend of Jim Lawson and called to encourage us. They've been preparing. That's right, we've had 2. They're nearly ready. On February 7th, 1 week after the Greensboro sit-ins, we began ours. Washington, D.C., 8:57 a.m., January 20th, 2009. Okay, I've got to go. Do you all have everything? I think we're all set, Bob. Are you going to be warm enough? It was 19 degrees on our car's thermometer, and it's not even supposed to get above freezing today. Do you have a scarf? Gloves? I have gloves, and I think I have a hat somewhere too. Here it is. Oh, you can't wear that. Why not? People need to see you. They need to see your face. Do you have a scarf? Maybe a different hat? No. Here, Congressman, use this one. There, Bob, wear that. I can't take your young man's scarf. What's he going to wear? I'm going to be inside. I won't need it, sir. Seriously, take it. Thank you, brother. Okay, I'm going to wear the scarf and I appreciate it. But you all really don't have to go to all this trouble. There was a half a foot of snow on the ground in Nashville the day we first sat in, and I survived that. 11 a.m., February 7th, 1960.